that actually indicate what they mean. I've probably had about 20 puffs out of this already. I've depleted an entire cartridge of the classic tobacco, which is very mild. It's probably more, I would say, in comparison to a cigarette, the classic tobacco is probably more like a very light, super light cigarette. It really has no bump, kick, anything like that. No strength of throat hit to it whatsoever. My screensaver kicked in again. That's typical. I don't know how long I've been going on the video. So this probably might have to turn into a two-part video. So, but these are not very good. So I depleted the cartridge within about 5 puffs. So each cartridge lasts about 5 sucks. I filled it with some Totally Wicked e-liquid, and boy, it certainly gives out a kick. In fact, as I say, it gives the DS108 from Totally Wicked a good run for its money, but as I say, it's certainly not as robust. It takes you a good few puffs to actually get a good atomization out of this. This can be pretty much instantaneous with it. As for its battery life, well, I don't know. I've taken it out of the box. I haven't even put this battery on charge. So this has come straight out of the box, and it's got a good level of atomization, so it's obviously pre-charged prior to its arrival. Because it's a lithium polymer or lithium-ion battery, as I say, I'm not too sure. In these ones, the DS108, it's a lithium polymer, so I can guess it's probably a lithium polymer in this one. So they don't decline. You can put those on the shelf and they won't decline in charge, which is good. So you can charge them up, keep them on the shelf, and they'll be ready charged when you come to use them. I prefer lithium ions. They're a lot safer. But if it is a lithium polymer, it's a lithium polymer. I've not taken the battery to pieces. This here is a lithium polymer battery that they use in there. It's a very low milliwattage power, very low. Hence the reason why these decline very quickly. But they do give you a good level of atomization, even though the air holes on them are pretty abysmal. So therefore they let way too much air in. They've put too much of a gap there. They need to split it into 4 smaller ones, I should think, rather than 2 big ones. This has 4. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's 4. The holes on it, as you can see, there's 4 of them, very much like the Titan's built. So you've got 4 actual gaps there that provide the air, but because the cigarette's so small, they're very small holes. So there's 4 very small holes, and it seems to actually suck better than the DS108, strangely enough. So this is a good potential cigarette, I think. The battery's responsive. It's about the 3rd puff, or the 3rd suck really, that it starts to sort of kick in, so that you can get a good inhalation out of it. I must admit, the battery it's a good battery. It's responsive, but it seems to want to turn itself off now and again. I think it's got an automatic sensor in it that detects the temperature of the atomizer or whatever, and it's basically cutting off when there's not enough e-liquid on the atomizer. It's cutting off, and obviously it needs to get hot to start pulling the liquid onto the atomizer. So what's happening is that it's, taking time really for that liquid to get there. Hence, it's, you're only getting a suck on the 3rd hit. It does taste nice though. The magic menthol, that's something that needs to be sort of mixed up to see if we can get a copy of, because the magic menthol on this really does taste like an after eight. You could probably sit here smoking this all day, and it's a good satisfying hit of inhalation. It's not coarse, it's not too much, it's not too little. On that 3rd suck, it really provides a good hit, but you have to suck 3 times. So on that 3rd one, really. So 3rd time lucky, don't they say? It seems to be anyway. And it's very small, very light, and it feels weird. They've covered it with this. There's this special kind of textured plastic that they're using on products now, which has got like a silky, velvety kind of a feel to it, and it's got that. It certainly is quite a promising cigarette. Bad side, delivery pathetic. Very long delivery times. The cartridges are useless because they last about 5 puffs. I mean, I've taken about 3 puffs out of this, and probably another 2, so it's liable to be about empty now. But it's definitely becoming empty. It's lost the bump. Even on the third one, I'm having a pull, and it's got some there, but it's just not quite it. Now, to prove that point, what I'll do is I'll get a new cartridge out, and what I'm doing is, instead of, because it's puncturing the tin foil with the atomizer wool, basically, and people have said on YouTube from the blue cigarette that starts damaging the atomizer in that sense. So what I've done, as I say, I know this is new. As I say, well, I've paid for all mine, you see, so, you know, as I say, it costs fucking money. So, you know, I'm piercing the tinfoil with the tip of my tweezers. So it's already pierced. So now the tinfoil's pierced, you can't see the reflection now quite as much in there. But it's basically, now you can see the polyfiber in the bottom there with the E-liquid in it, so I shall stick that back on there. Bob's your uncle. No need to twist it, no need to do anything, because you've already broken the tinfoil to it. So nope, still not coming out quite good. That was a better hit. So that took a while, but obviously that was a new cartridge, so we're obviously got to give it time to flow into the atomizer. But as for its smallness, its compactness, this is brilliant. It's certainly something to have. And I mean, granted, it's light. You know, I mean, this probably weighs virtually identical to a full pack of cigarettes in weight wise. Okay, now I've obviously got one battery in here, one cartridge, and the cigarette's actually out, so that's going to weigh a bit more. So it probably does weigh maybe the equivalent 2 packets of cigarettes when you've got it all full up. But I mean, this is very light. This is the DS108. Now this weighs as much as all of this altogether. This is quite heavy. I'm presuming, obviously, to say that's because you have an atomizer here, which is made out. It's got a stainless steel cup over the atomizer, which protects the steel wool down the bottom there. I wouldn't advise dripping on these, because obviously with the automatic battery, drips can go into the automatic battery and cause you sorts of problems. So I wouldn't advise that. Again, I had a problem with the automatic battery, but that was because the membrane, which I found out, the membrane in the switch, there's a little tiny switch in here with a little tiny rubber membrane on it, and that membrane in there, as I say, it was torn. Obviously before, you know, I'd got it. The best way to check, actually, on your DS108 that your battery's good is if you straight take it off, just straight battery. You should not be able to suck air through the battery, or it should be pretty much virtually 100% sealed, or 99.9% sealed. That's the way to check whether your membrane is good in your automatic battery. So as you can see, this is a good cigarette. This is quite exceptional for its size. I haven't seen many reviews of this apart from the blue cigarette, but they're a good comparison really to the cigarette. The Sky cigarette is certainly a very potentially good cigarette, and it's very small, very light, very compact, comes with a PCC case, all for 40 quid. Pardon me, that's my that was my mobile phone deciding to kick off, and pardon the French on that, but yes, so this is it. Oh, the third hit again, good. It just needed some time to flow down into the atomizer.